Hi, Susan and Rosalie. I wanted to show you 4 fountains that I've got outside here. I just polished the tops of these. The tallest column in this grouping is 48 inches. It's got some really nice coloration, the blues and olives, and I'm not sure if you can see all of this the way I can standing in front of it. Isn't that beautiful tangerine blotch there that's showing off? But if you can picture that with lights shining up, ornamental grasses behind it, you can have water passing down through pebble that covers this concrete footing, or else you can let the water rise above that gravel. I just want to show you a little bit of the detail here. These ball valves control the flow to each column individually. We got these stainless steel cable loops in here so you can grab it with, I use tree hooks from my landscaping background. Gives you a way to grab it. Here is the fitting. It's got a female thread. It's an 80, Schedule 80 PVC, so it's nice and hard. And this particular one, we have them on both sides, so you can tee off of a pump and flow into 2 sides. That's one you could have. Here's another one I made for our garden expo. I'd like to talk with you and see how eager you are timeline wise, because I could make more for our expo and sell these to you. I just love that blue color that mixes in there sometimes. These are nice beefy ones. I wouldn't worry about a fountain like this at all in transit because they're nice and stout. I'd be more concerned about the tall skinny columns, but you can see the ball valves that we embed right in the concrete there, and the stainless steel loops. That's a white Schedule 80. I usually use the dark gray, but we were out of the dark gray, and since you don't see that anyway, it doesn't matter under the gravel. Here's another grouping I just made today. I just started getting a thing for this blue color, and so I was looking for something that had a little girth to it. It's got that blue and you got that reddish orange contrast there. So these are 3 that I could arrange. I didn't spend a lot of time arranging them as far as composition wise. Today I just polished the tops and decided that these 3 belong together. But I'll play with that a little bit. Fresh energy, I'll figure out the spacing and design, and then we'll make that a permanent grouping in concrete. And here's another one. Here's an example of, let me wet this a little bit for you. See what it looks like wet. Here's an example of the natural tops. We've started getting away from the natural top fountains because with a natural top, of course the water will flow wherever it wants to. It'll come down here, probably come down like this, but it wouldn't get up over this top, and so you'd have a dry panel or facet there to the rock. This one would need to be cut here so that the water flows down over the face of this colorful part here. It's got a lot of contrast and interest there. I had that facing the other direction, and it looks nice here too, but not quite as dramatic as that contrast, which means this I'd have to get cut off, and this is the natural rough. I'd probably polish that part. And so sometimes I wait on a grouping like this to see if the customer wants the natural tops or the polished tops, and that really depends on whether they want to have uniform wetness or if they like that organic look of the natural shape on the top. But that's a cool grouping. Obviously this, if I were to round it, I'd leave some of this sloped here, but I'd have to cut it off so that the water flows uniformly. And then I'll send you an email with information about pricing on these options here if I were to send you these 4 on a pallet. And stick some candle holders in there. All right, there you go.